If you own SCHD, mark Wednesday on your calendar because something is landing that could move your fund. 2 weeks ago, the Federal Reserve held interest rates, and if you only read the headline, you shrugged and moved on. But underneath that hold was the most hawkish split at the Fed in almost 10 years. 3 officials didn't just disagree, they voted to raise rates right then. And this Wednesday, the detailed minutes from that meeting get released, showing exactly how close the Fed came to hiking and how many others were leaning that way. Why does a dusty Fed document matter to your dividends? Because SCHD is one of the most interest rate-sensitive funds you can own, and rising rates are its kryptonite. So today, what actually happened, what Wednesday's minutes could reveal, and what it means for your SCHD. Let's go. Here's the plan. First, what really happened at that July meeting, the vote that shocked Fed watchers. Then, what Wednesday's minutes could reveal and why markets are watching. Next, why SCHD specifically is in the crosshairs if rates head higher. And finally, the exact number to watch and what long-term holders should actually do. Let's get into it. Quick disclaimer. This is educational analysis using published data, not financial advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Fed decisions and markets are unpredictable. Always verify current data yourself and consult a qualified professional before investing. Let me take you inside that July meeting, because the headline buried the real story. On July 29th, the Fed held its benchmark rate at 3.50 to 3.75%, the 5th meeting in a row with no change. Boring, right? That's what the headline said. But look at the vote. It was 9-3. 3 officials formally dissented, and here's the key part. All 3 wanted to raise rates by a quarter point, immediately. Not cut? Hike? Those 3 were Beth Hammack of Cleveland, Neil Kashkari of Minneapolis, and Lori Logan of Dallas. And this wasn't random grumbling. It was the most hawkish dissent the Fed has produced since September 2016, nearly a decade. 3 policymakers, all pushing the same direction, all saying the same thing. Inflation is too high, and the Fed needs to act now. And the bond market noticed. Right after the meeting, the 30-year Treasury yield spiked to a 19-year high of 5.21%. Read that again, a 19-year high. That's the bond market saying it believes rates are going to stay higher, longer, and maybe go up. Odds of an actual rate hike at the next meeting in September jumped above 50%. This is the opposite of what most investors expected coming into the year. Everyone was waiting for cuts. Instead, a hike is now genuinely on the table. There's also a new sheriff. Kevin Warsh took over as Fed chair. He's called inflation a choice. He's stripped the reassuring forward guidance out of the Fed's statements, and he said he welcomes this kind of internal fight. So we have a hawkish new chair, 3 officials who wanted to hike, and a bond market flashing warning signs. That's the setup heading into Wednesday. So what actually happens Wednesday and why should you care? Wednesday afternoon, the Fed releases the minutes from that July meeting. The minutes are the detailed, behind-closed-doors record of the discussion. The vote told us 3 people dissented. The minutes tell us the conversation. How many of the other officials were on the fence? How seriously did they debate hiking? How worried are they about inflation getting stuck above target? And crucially, what would it take to actually pull the trigger on a hike in September? This matters because markets don't just trade on what the Fed did, they trade on what the Fed is about to do. And the minutes are the clearest window into that. If the minutes read hawkish, if they reveal that even the officials who voted to hold were seriously considering a hike, then the market will price in higher odds of a September increase. Bond yields could climb further. And that, as I'll explain in a second, is precisely the scenario that pressures SCHD. If instead the minutes read softer, if the 3 dissenters look isolated, and the rest of the committee is comfortable holding, then the pressure eases, yields settle, and SCHD's rate risk cools off. Either way, Wednesday afternoon gives us the clearest read yet on whether that September hike is real. And there's a second event right behind it. Fed Chair Warsh speaks at Jackson Hole the following week. Another chance for a hawkish surprise. So this isn't a one-day story. It's the start of a critical stretch for rate-sensitive investments. Now here's what matters for your money. Why does SCHD specifically care about rising rates? There are two major reasons. First, there's competition for income. SCHD yields around 3.3%, while the 30-year Treasury can offer over 5% with far less risk. That creates a difficult choice for income investors. If the Fed raises rates further, the gap could widen, potentially pulling more money away from dividend funds and toward bonds. Second, SCHD's future dividend payments are sensitive to interest rates. Like bonds, dividend-focused investments can become less attractive when long-term Treasury yields rise because future income is discounted at higher rates. We saw this clearly in 2022, when rapidly rising rates pressured dividend stocks and funds. And there's another factor. SCHD is near a 52-week high after a strong run. When valuations are elevated and interest rate risks increase, there's more potential downside. That doesn't mean panic. Just pay attention. The combination of high prices and rising yields is exactly the kind of setup investors should monitor carefully. If you're a long-term SCHD holder, don't make a decision based on Wednesday's Fed minutes. You don't sell a quality fund you've planned to hold for a decade because of one document or a hawkish headline. SCHD's underlying companies will continue earning profits and paying dividends through different rate cycles. Your advantage is patience, not reacting to every market headline. If you're considering buying, waiting a few days can be reasonable. The Fed minutes arrive Wednesday, followed by Jackson Hole the following week. If those events push Treasury yields higher and SCHD falls, you may get a better entry price and higher yield. If nothing happens, you've lost very little by waiting. For everyone, watch one key number, the 10-year Treasury yield. If it rises sharply and stays elevated, pressure on SCHD could increase. If yields remain stable, attention can return to the September dividend announcement. Watch the yield, not the noise. Here's the lesson that outlasts any single Fed meeting. The headline is rarely the whole story. The details matter. The headline might say, Fed holds rates, making it seem like nothing changed. But underneath a divided Fed, hawkish signals, and rising bond yields can significantly change the risk environment for dividend investors. An investor who only reads the headline may miss those signals. An informed investor looks deeper and understands what is actually moving the market. That's where the real edge comes from. The second lesson is to know your investment's pressure points before they become problems. SCHD holds quality companies, but it's still sensitive to long-term interest rates. When Treasury yields rise, dividend-focused investments can face pressure because their future income becomes less attractive compared with higher bond yields. You don't need to predict interest rates. You simply need to understand how they affect your fund. Own quality assets. Know what makes them move. Watch the right indicators and don't let one headline derail a decade-long investment plan. The Fed held rates, but a hawkish split raises September uncertainty. Wednesday's minutes and Jackson Hole could move SCHD, especially as rising yields. Pressure dividend funds. Long-term holders, stay patient. Buyers. Waiting is reasonable. Watch the 10-year Treasury, not headlines. Would you buy a rate-driven SCHD dip? Subscribe, because I'll break down what the minutes actually reveal for SCHD right after they drop. And then the September dividend and the next Fed meeting are right behind it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.